There's something about the beauty of a winter alpine landscape that is unlike anything you can experience during the summer. We've been wanting to try backpacking in the winter for a while now, in order to immerse ourselves fully in a place like this, and to hone our outdoor skills. The challenges of camping alone on snow in this harsh environment only add to the beauty and uniqueness of the experience. But will our summer camping skills hold up against snow and 0 Fahrenheit temperatures in the mountains?
Welcome to the Mount Baker Wilderness. We're off on our winter camping adventure. It's an amazing day for it. Cold, but pretty clear skies, which should make for great views of Mount Baker and Mt Shuksan later on in the day. This is hard work, even on a fairly moderate incline. Snowshoeing with the packs is definitely not easy. Incredibly beautiful already though. There's Linnea making her way up. One of the main challenges of camping in the winter, besides the cold, is the potential of avalanche danger. Avalanches can be deadly, and it's extremely important to be armed with the latest avalanche forecast before heading out. Fortunately, there's no avalanche warning for this area, and most of the terrain we're going through isn't steep enough for avalanche danger to be a major factor.
As we crested the ridge, we got our first stunning views of Mount Baker.
Wow, that's really something. This whole area is beautiful, but having the mountain as a backdrop really puts everything into perspective. Our plan is to camp somewhere along this ridge, so we can have a view of the mountain and ideally also of Mt Shuksan on the other side. So we're going to keep going and see what we can find. There's Mt Shuksan. What an amazing day to see it on. This is really cool. Looks like the snow is about up to our ankles out here, which makes the going a bit slower. We've had some snowshoe trails to follow so far, but we're getting to the point where we're making our own trails. This spot should give us some nice views of the mountains, so we're going to go ahead and set up camp here.
In order to avoid possible issues with wind and keep ourselves warmer, we're going to dig out and flatten a spot for the tent. The temperature is currently around 25 Fahrenheit, which is actually the high for today out here.
Well, that looks like a good sized wood barrier. That should ideally make a difference in how cold it'll feel for the tent tonight. Our tent has served us well so far. Hopefully, it holds up well to being pitched on the snow.
Most 3-season gear just won't cut it in temperatures like what you'll experience out here. We needed to ensure our sleeping pads and sleeping bags are rated for the freezing temperatures we may encounter out here tonight.
After all that hard work getting out here, it's time for some food.
We brought our backpacking stove and a lighter just in case, as a normal ignition often doesn't work at elevation.
The sunset is starting behind Mount Baker. Looks amazing.
We felt a feeling of awe as we watched the sun sink behind the mountain, lighting up the sky with red and orange to reflect off the white of the nearby mountains. As the sunset gave way to night, we started getting ready to enter the tent and brave the freezing cold night ahead.
Running around camp for a short time before getting in the tent should help us get into bed a bit warmer. Well, we're as ready as we can be. Time to try and get some sleep. Well, it's 2 a.m. and freezing out here. Now is a good opportunity for a brief stargazing peek outside. Looks like one of our water bottles started freezing up.
The stars were out, lighting up the cold night sky.
The stars look amazing. They're really bright out here. We can't stay out long with the freezing cold, but it was definitely worth a short look outside.
As morning dawned, the temperature remained brutally low. However, that didn't diminish the beauty of the sunrise behind Mt Shuksan.
Look at that. That's what you only get to see if you spend the night out here. Ourselves up a bit, we're preparing an early hot backcountry breakfast. Our breath keeps freezing as soon as it comes out. It's still so cold. Fortunately, we kept everything we didn't want freezing inside the sleeping bags. With the backpacking stove in the snow, we also have an easy source of water for drinking and making meals.
To cap off surviving the coldest night of our lives, we took the time to prepare some hot chocolate as an extra treat. It's time to start packing up our site before we head back. The weather is still looking good and it's mostly downhill, so it should be a lot easier than yesterday's trek. As we trekked back out on our snowshoes, we congratulated ourselves on a successful first winter backpacking excursion. If you enjoyed the adventure, check out some of the other ones here. See you in the next one.